think some. Hello and welcome to Red Flags. We are your hosts, Alan, Dave, Opie, and Donnie. And today we have the unfortunate privilege to discuss 2010's I Spit on Your Grave.
I fucking hate this movie.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Oh my God.
The worst part, though, is it had to be your pick.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I ain't going to lie, it's probably one of my least favorite after watching it again, too.
It's a rough watch.
Oh my God. It took me so long to get through this movie.
And this one, well, some people argue this one's got less graphic violence in it
Than the original?
Yeah.
I never watched the original. I don't plan to watch the original. I was told to watch the original because it's better, quote unquote, but I'm good.
I did something for you, too.
What?
Just reach up and push that.
Oh,
Hey, you got a light.
All right. That's
Yeah.
really great.
I figured if you got your little notebook and stuff over there, at least you'll be able to see.
Hell
That-
yeah.
That's pretty fancy schmancy.
Now I can read.
I heard the original had a longer, like, focused more on the rape scene itself, and this one focused more on the revenge.
It was literally half the fucking movie.
Yeah.
The assault?
Yes. The whole first half of this movie is...
No, I wouldn't really say the first half.
Yeah,
'Cause there's,
I stopped it.
there's quite a
at,
bit.
like 54 minutes, and
There's
that's when
quite
I
a
was like,
bit leading
okay, I
up to
think this
that
is
point.
finally done.
So this movie was directed by a guy named Stephen R. Monroe. Can I read you? I just want to do a thing where I read you some of his movies.
Oh, boy.
All right. Don't jump in, but I'm just there's gonna be a contrast. I'm hoping you can catch when there's a shift in tone of title. Okay.
What do
Interesting.
you guess? Horror. Oh, and he did Toy Story.
No. We'll start. These are the more recent movies that he's done. We got the USS Christmas, Christmas Tree Lane, Forever in My Heart, Love Takes Flight, The Sweetest Heart, Undercover Angel, The Christmas in the Homestead, The Hidden Truth, Ties That Bind, The Exorcism of Molly Hartley, I Spit on Your Grave,
Oh,
I Spit on Your Grave 2, Ice Twisters. He's got a lot of movies.
Okay, can I say something?
I get a kick out of how he did the pretty
How did-
gruesome genre and then went to
How
Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that going in order from his
Newest to
newest to
back.
oldest?
It
Yeah.
was because the Christmas movies are the newer movies that he's done.
I think I know his favorite holiday.
I was going to say, I thought maybe something happened to him. Like he was all into these Christmas movies and then something traumatic happened to him. And then he,
just started venting.
It could be reversed. Maybe he was doing all these and then he had an experience.
yeah, maybe because of all the bullshit he was putting himself through that he was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, it's he's got a lot of movies.
So do you guys want to know some of the movies that came out in 2010?
Oh, sure. I didn't do that this time. I didn't look up 2010.
So it looks like we got Insidious.
Wow. Okay.
We got the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Damn.
The Crazies.
The remake of The Crazy. So this was like a year of remakes.
Yep. Piranha.
A remake.
Piranha 3D.
Still a remake.
Okay.
Dang.
And one of Dave's favorites. You ready for this? Tucker and Dale
Oh, yeah.
versus.
Ooh.
I like that one.
That's
Yeah,
a
I
great
thought
one.
I thought you did like that one. I mean, it's not a bad list of movies there. I think yeah, Piranha 3D, Legion. I mean, I don't know if that counts as horror or not.
Ugh.
You didn't like that one?
I don't remember.
I'm not huge on Insidious.
And Predators.
What was that?
That was. I have this thing hooked up to the. Unplug that. Those. So I got a email and it popped up on my MacBook and it made that weird noise, which I've never heard before in my life.
So this one stars Sarah Butler and Jeff Bronson, who was in Supernatural.
I really wait. What?
Jeff Bronson.
Who is he?
That's the he's the scary main
He looked
Dickhead.
familiar, but I couldn't figure out what I'd seen him in.
he was the one with the teeth fetish.
Okay.
And horses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that
He's
guy.
the one who, spoiler alert, gets his dick chopped off and shoved in his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
Good. Fuck him.
All that shit.
I-
This whole movie makes you flinch.
One of the questions is, I don't know if we have to recap it, but do you think that the ends, what her revenge was justified in its brutality?
The thing I like about it
Let me.
is it
let's
was kind of on the order of what happened to her with each of them.
Fair. Some of them were like poetic, like that guy with the camera. He gets his eyes pecked out.
Yeah.
Um,
The drowning one, because he's the one that kept
Yeah.
forcing her head underwater, saying, need a drink.
that's right. Yeah.
And then, of course, my personal favorite out of all of those, which made me laugh a little bit, was the shotgun up the asshole.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she fucked the shit out of him.
Classic.
That was poetic. That was, I
Mhm.
don't know, ironic.
There was
You
a
were
lot-
an ass
Yeah.
man.
There was a lot of things like that that she said that I kind of saw coming, like in the story, like when he was yelling about his daughter and he was like, "She's just an innocent girl," and I was like, "So was I."
Yeah.
And so was I. I was like, "Yeah, there's nothing else you like." She had to say that.
Yeah. It's an easy one. He sets her right up for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just traumatized by this fucking movie, and I've seen it before.
What'd you guys think of that sheriff? It was Andrew Howard.
Fuck that guy.
I swear I've seen that guy in a million movies, and I looked through his credits and I don't recognize anything, and it's weird.
Maybe he's
I
got
just-
a guy who looks like him.
Well, no, I feel
don't
like
know.
it's that guy. He's pretty recognizable, but I just don't
I didn't really recognize any of them.
really.
No.
Daniel Franzese was the camera guy, and he is one of the homies in Mean Girls.
Oh shit! That is where I seen him from. He's like the gay guy.
Ah.
He's like the gay best friend.
Yep, exactly.
Oh
Shit.
man, that sucks.
Yeah. Yep,
Because now
so
I gotta remember him like this.
he's a very
He did this after Mean Girls. Crazy.
yeah. He's a diverse actor. He sure is diverse.
I mean, I gotta like all the acting was good.
He has
And like,
range.
what was the main girl's name?
Sarah Butler or Jennifer.
She did such a great job, like
Oh.
for what she had to go through, and like a scene that really sticks out to me was the way she was walking away before she jumped off the bridge.
Oh yeah.
That part, that was when I had to pause the movie, and I took a fucking walk around the lake. I was like, I can't. Jesus, I know this is like the end of that part. But I
Yeah.
was like,
the worst
I
part
need
is
a
the damn movie's fake. It's not real. We're not watching
Well,
a snuff
okay.
film,
Do you
but
know
it
where
still
this-
hits you
Do you know
Very
what-
emotional.
Oh yeah.
This was inspired by true events.
Yeah, I know, and it's inspired by true events that happen every fucking day, and that's what fucking sucks. Is that
Mhm.
like you were asking about like whether or not it's something that like does it feel justified or whatever for the actions? No, because she still has to survive and live every day. Not only just going through what she did, but also the fact that she had to do what she had to do. Like, she's not going to be okay. And I don't know how she's going to live the rest of her life.
Well, technically, she didn't have to do any of that. She had the video. She could have went outside to,
But
police.
the question is that enough? Because there's so many, like,
Oh, yeah,
even
I'm
in
just
real
saying,
life,
like,
there's
also
so
have-
many examples of, like, people doing horrendous things and then just getting off easy because the justice system is so fucked.
Oh,
Yeah,
no
again,
kidding.
this is also before the Me Too era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, technically this.
So
really is, yeah.
people were more ready to just brush it under the fucking rug.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know. You
Right.
got that kind of proof like that. I mean, they ain't gonna be able to brush that under.
You'd like to think so.
Put it on the damn news.
No, there's
Put it
some
on the
pretty
internet.
extreme
There's also the
examples
fact
out
that
there
how
of
many-
like overwhelming
I'm
evidence
just
and
saying, 'cause you
people
said
still
she
just
had to
getting
do-
like
she didn't
6
have to do it.
months.
Okay,
But
you
I
guys
would
were
have
both
done it.
talking at the same time and then both stopped at the same time. So, okay, one of you go at a time. Dave.
Oh, I was just saying that she didn't have to do it. But if I was in her shoes, I still would have done it.
Yeah.
They deserved it. Period.
And then what were you saying, Donnie?
Oh, I thought Dave was saying about sending it in, and I was like, yeah, but that's still like, especially for that time, just there's people that with so much overwhelming evidence that get so little time for shit like that sometimes. But yeah, I think like she could have brought that in and all that shit, but with the fact that it's a pretty small town, I think she's like, I'm gonna make these fuckers pay, and I don't blame her.
Nope. Not one bit.
There was a bunch of them, and you know that punishment is not going to match what they did.
Mhm.
Even if if the
Oh,
justice
no.
system just won't do that, it won't. It's a cop. Yeah.
That's the worst part. Even if he's on video, I mean, half the times it's, like I said, gonna get brushed under the rug.
Yeah, because they're like,
Like,
he's
who
a
knows?
sheriff that serves this community and has a family, so we can't
God, that's
send him off. Like, oh, come on.
It was so fucking frustrating. Like she's like, "Oh, thank God, a fucking cop." I mean, I knew it was coming this time around,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Because he looks like a creep.
Looks like an ass man.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Nice.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm just glad this one's over.
he was in Limitless.
I did look
That
up
actor.
some statistics for the U.S.
God.
on this.
Oh boy.
And it's bad. It's 1 in every 5 women in the U.S. experienced complete or attempted rape during their lifetime.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not more than that. Like, oh.
The statistics for men are no better.
The problem is like, it's a mindset that I will never understand. I will never understand. And
You know why? Because you're a normal fucking human being.
Yeah, but the problem is 1 in 5 fucking women are having this happen to them. I get flustered.
I mean, like, I get, like, okay, rejection sucks. But that by no means, like, no is no. You struck out, move the fuck on.
Yeah.
And the whole argument of, like, they were asking for it is such bullshit.
Oh, what was she wearing?
Yeah, it's bad. It's grotesque, and they don't really come up with the best. They just come up with the most obvious excuses to, It's terrible, like you said. Like, what was she wearing, and what did she do to deserve that?
I don't know. You know what I think? We need to do some kind of nice little punishment. If you get caught red-handed, straight up, like, proven, not, just by jury or what, just unrefutable evidence, I think the ding-ding needs to be cut off. Surgically remove it.
That's
Just enough of it so there's a nub so you can still, it's useful. You could pee out of it, but it won't be used sexually ever again.
I'm gonna bring this up for the people who I work with that know about. I've been threatened to have my dick chopped off several times at work.
Oh my.
What?
Randomly. One time, I don't know, I was just being goofy, right? And I honestly don't remember why it happened, but there was one coworker who was like, I'm going to chop it off. And I was like, fucking what?
Oh my
Right?
gosh.
All right, fine, whatever. That moment passes. And then another day I was like fucking around at work and I had a ice scraper. No, it was a grabber thing. Like those extendo arm grabber things.
Sure,
You
sure,
squeeze the
sure.
handle and
Yep.
it like closes a clamp.
Yep.
And I was like playing with that. And then a coworker
Why are you telling
took
me
it from me and then like reached at me. And I was like, why am I getting threatened with this? I'm trying to lighten the mood here.
Oh,
Trying to make everybody giggle a little bit.
that's oh man.
See, the thing is like, because it's also in, because the guy gets his dick chopped off.
He gets it.
That's how it,
So this had a budget of $2 million and did not make that back.
good.
Not surprised. It got 1.3 million worldwide. So
That's not a lot.
obvious reasons.
They made
why this-
$5 off of me though. I'll tell you that.
I don't know why you'd give this film a budget of $2 million.
Well, I don't know. I think the girl having to go through just being in those scenes like that,
Sure.
she should get paid pretty goddamn well.
Sure. I doubt that's how it went,
Oh, I'm sure not.
but I would, if I were a producer, I would want to be keeping this one low. Nobody's going to want to fucking see this movie. I guess in 2010, where are we at with Saw? Where's the torture porn genre?
There's a lot
in
of Saw.
2010. That would be my question. I'm not going to look it up, but
I got you covered.
I just feel like
Saw.
that would be the
I
only
don't remember
reason
when it
why they
started.
would think this would be a success, is that we're into the torture porn era, because the
Uh,
last half of the film is like that.
By the time 2010 rolled around, we had Saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Saw the Final Chapter.
Holy buckets,
Oh
really?
damn!
Yeah.
I suppose there's like 5
But-
or 6 hostels in there.
I mean,
Three
there's a
hostels.
little bit of a difference too between like
Two for sure.
gore porn movies just being like let's see a guy get his arm cut off versus just like rape.
Yeah,
Because rape is just it's just so like raw and brutal. I think.
I think a lot of people say it's easy. It's exploitative because it's so easy to make this film.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
Just
Somebody
whatever-
naked laying there crying and freaking out, and some dude just laying on top of them. I mean, yeah, it's
well, I mean, it's just an
horrible.
easy to get people upset about, this topic. So,
easy ain't the word for it.
well, it's not easy for the viewers. Well, I don't know. Some people probably love this shit for all I know.
I mean, I would rather watch Saltburn.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I'd rather watch almost anything else.
after all these sexual assault movies, are we bona fide feminists now, all of us?
I was already on that fucking that boat.
Feminism, go. So this one there's 5 movies in its franchise. And it has 3 sequels. So it's got the original, the remake, I Spit on Your Grave 2, I Spit on Your Grave something else, and then the original director made a direct sequel to the original movie and it's horrible.
Mm.
So
It
funny
counts as-
story.
Why would you make a
I had-
second one?
I had bought this
I don't
on
know.
Amazon, and then Dave was looking at it on Vudu, and he found a bundle, right? And Dave is usually one to get the bundle, right? He's like, all the fucking Freddy movies. Fuck yeah, we'll buy that.
I did it with Sharknado.
He did it with Sharknado.
Enough
We have
said.
all 6 or whatever Sharknado movies. Chances are probably not going to watch those. But when
I
Dave
don't
got
know.
to this bundle, he looked at it, looked through the ones that are in there, which are all the ones that you listed.
More or less just curiosity of how many there actually were.
And then I think I went outside for a cigarette or something. I came back in and I was like, "Oh, did you get the bundle?" And he was like, "No."
Fuck no. I'm gonna watch a second. Why would they make a second?
I don't get why they would make a sequel. What, does it happen to the same girl again?
I wonder if there's a bunch of Last House on the Lefts. You know, because that's the only other movie that is kind of like this.
That one is rough too.
Yeah, it's almost the same.
Is that with the Australian guy?
No,
No,
Oh,
that-
that was what was
That's-
that one?
That was like Wrong
Willow
Turn
Creek?
or
Wolf Creek.
Wolf Creek.
Creek.
What's Wrong Turn?
That's the Hillbillies
Okay. Is that also in
the
Australia?
woods. No,
Okay.
that one's fun. It's got a Mustang in it, a '65 Mustang. It doesn't look like there's any other House on the Left, because they were like, this is a horrible movie. We don't need to make a fucking sequel and a remake.
So
That's horrible.
so you said what? This had a budget of like $2 million and just made like a quarter of that at the box office. If you're making
1.3.
sequels, you're not doing it for you're doing that for art, which is
Yeah,
kind
you're
of
doing that
depraved.
for yourself.
It
Do
made
Yeah.
around 2/3
Yeah.
of its actual budget.
you know what I'd rather watch? I'd rather watch all the Terrifiers back to back than this movie
Really?
ever again.
We
Yeah.
might have to watch that third one. And that's like what you said, where was it you that was talking about the body horror, like the body gore as being different?
There is
from
torture
something.
film.
this?
Yeah.
There is something different than in like watching Terrifier, where it's like just a guy who's out to kill, where this kind of movie is too fucking personal.
I think that's what I was kind of that's what was in my head was like the realism, like it is so personal, and it's like a difference between just like torture and everything else. Like that's just so inhumane. I mean, like there's nothing humane about fucking like gore porn either, but it's just on a different level.
Yeah, it's like you say, it's personal.
And it makes me like, it puts me in just a shitty head place. It makes me like imagine the people that I know that have been in those. Well, I don't know. Imagine it's that bad. Like it's all bad. Like I don't even know where I'm going with that. But like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Like-
I know what
It's
you're
bad,
saying.
but not under that severity.
not under that
Yeah.
circumstance. And like just the people that I know that have been through shit. And so it puts me in that place. And then it like puts me in a depression where I'm like, I don't feel like I belong in this world, on this dimension. Like, why the fuck do I have to exist while this is happening?
Yeah, I get you. I get you there. There's some dark, nefarious people.
Yeah.
And
Because this
they're-
is just too personal. Where Terrifier is a clown and I can disassociate with that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that's right. He's just a weird clown.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I don't know. I don't even necessarily want to talk about like the things I listed, because they're like things in the movie, but they're all disturbing and dark. And I don't know. Do we want
Yeah.
to talk about the movie, or do we want to just kind of talk about the things that are associated
Let's
with the movie?
take a second and I'm going to talk about some fun stuff that happened in 2010.
Well, that's,
Good call.
That's fun. I know one for sure, and that's that the Packers won the Super Bowl.
The one time they've won the Super Bowl in the last 20 years?
Sure.
I just got in an argument with Mike about that.
That sounds about right.
He's like, oh, how many times has the 49ers been to the Super Bowl? How many Super Bowls they win? I'm like, fuck Aaron Rodgers. Just to watch him get mad.
Yeah, fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Football wise, Mike Shanahan was introduced as the coach for the Washington Redskins. That was a thing. Simon Cowell quit being on American Idol.
No. I'm
There
just
was
kidding.
a shitty thing that happened was the Haiti earthquake.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. Cricket history. I don't know anything about cricket. Oh, Alice in Wonderland movie came out. Tim Burton, Johnny Depp.
Oh, Johnny Depp loves Tim Burton.
Yeah, they're homies.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
homies. I'm just kind of skipping through
You know-
here.
You know who else Johnny Depp really likes? Roman Polanski.
Is that true?
That is very true.
Why is that?
Oh God, he loves him.
Has he got his back on things or
Oh
what?
fuck yeah, he's one of those people that signed the
The petition.
the petition and didn't rebuke his comments. He was like, "No, I like Polanski."
Yeah, that's weird.
But I think Johnny Depp is a weird guy. He likes to play guitars in the desert with lots of jewelry on, looking cool.
That's fine. That's a commercial
little
for a
too cool.
That's a commercial for like a perfume or something.
Yeah,
And bracelets.
oh my God, he's a
Bracelets.
Yeah.
he's a cheese dick.
Political call. Goodbye. Oh my God, I'm done with these political fucking things.
I know. I can't wait for that all to be done.
Toy Story 3 came out in 2010. Nothing? You guys got nothing on that? You don't give a fuck about Toy Story 3?
No, is that the one that was really, really dark?
It was sad, yeah.
Is that the one where they're like
Yeah.
spiraling all to their deaths and they're all gonna fucking
I think that's the one.
incinerate and die?
It's been a minute since I've seen it.
That's a dark one. This one had Chad Lindbergh. He was Matthew in the film. Did you recognize him as the kid from?
Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
He was driving a Volkswagen Jetta.
Yeah. Oh man, he was rough too. Cause like nothing was okay about this movie. Nothing was okay. You wanted to like,
How did you-
wanted to like him.
How did you feel about that? Is he as culpable as all the other people because he's got a mental handicap, or is he just right in it too? How do you feel about that?
Both.
It's both. He
Yeah.
What you're a judge, you're a jury. What are you doing? Do you punish
still
him
did it.
as long as everybody else?
Mhm.
Yep.
You do?
he still did it.
He still did it.
Gosh.
And he showed aggression that was of his own free will. But
That's
you would
true.
definitely have to do a mental evaluation to see where he's at.
I mean, she did give him like the least. All she really did was choke him out, and then she didn't even kill him.
Well, I think at
That
the
was
end,
all up to. I mean, essentially, yeah, but
Well, in a sense, actually, if you think about it, he kind of killed himself.
Well, he didn't know what he was doing.
No.
yeah, you're right.
But I mean, it wasn't
Okay.
directly by her hand.
Here's
other
a
than,
fun question. Do you think he got smoked? Do you think
Do we think he's dead?
you guys gun guys, do you think that shotgun is going to blow clean through that
it
whole
depends.
guy? And
It-
Yeah, it depends on
A
what was being
A
used.
12 gauge easily could go up the soft tissue with like a slug or, some like 4 BB like buckshot or something. Yeah,
you think
it
that would
could.
be possible? Okay.
It could.
Do you think that he got shot in that movie?
Yeah,
Well,
Do
he
you
definitely
think
got
Matthew
hit.
died?
Right
Yeah.
about here.
Okay.
yeah, I'm sure he's dead.
Okay. Okay.
He was also in Supernatural.
Because if you kind of
Yeah,
look
he
at
was
the, shot,
the
there wasn't a lot of
super
spread
smart
to it.
guy.
Yeah.
So I doubt it was birdshot.
He was the computer guy, right?
Yeah. What the fuck was his name?
I don't know. I want to say Ace or something like that.
So was that Jeff Branson. He was also in Supernatural. And also Tracy Walter, who is the weird old guy who got killed.
Oh, the guy from the shop or whatever.
Yeah. Al, I wonder if you recognize him. He was in Repo Man.
Which guy?
The
old
shop
guy
Yeah, the old shop guy who gets killed
who
by
goes
the
hunting
sheriff.
with the sheriff.
Oh, Earl? Yes, he did look familiar.
Yeah, he's in Repo Man. He's in Batman from the 80s.
Nice.
And he's also in City Slickers.
He was also in Conan the Destroyer.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I thought you might recognize him.
Yeah,
I
he
recognize
definitely
him.
looked familiar, and I didn't want him to die.
No, he seemed like a nice guy. Do you think he was culpable at all?
No, I don't
No,
think
he
he
didn't
had
know
anything to
anything
do
about
with it.
And that's why he got killed.
That's why he got killed. Loose ends
Yeah, a
because
loose end.
because he
Because
knew
he
that
said-
girl was at that cabin.
Well, he actually said to the sheriff, "You were the last one to have seen her," and that sealed his fate.
Well, he said you might have been the last one to see her.
Oh,
but-
yeah. But in the sheriff's mind, that was, I was the last one to see her. That puts me in a bit
Yeah.
of a predicament.
He gave him the finest whiskey in town, though. Right?
What did I say that guy's name was in Supernatural?
I
said
Ace.
It's Ash.
Pretty
I was
close.
close. I'm not going to be mad about it.
Nice.
Oh, he was only in 5 episodes. Sorry, that's way off topic.
Well,
That's okay. We need a break
Yeah.
every now and then.
right. Just like when you're watching this movie, you kind of need a break.
Yeah, but his
Yeah.
character in Supernatural is like stands out.
Oh, fuck. We got to do ratings. We got to rate this piece of shit.
We will. We'll get there. We'll
Uh.
get there. You know what? So I was thinking about doing this thing. I told David that I was just gonna like get pissed off probably and just storm out and let you guys finish.
That's not nice.
But I'm sticking it through it, and I was prepared to be like, I give it a fucking -10 and leave,
Oh, no.
but I don't give it a -10. But we'll
But unfortunately, we should stick between the 1 and 10. I mean, when you can give it a 0.
Yeah, you can certainly give it a 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
0 and
here's
10.
things that like the reason why I wouldn't give it a 0 is because the characters make sense.
Yeah, talk about some positive things that you can say about the movie outside of the subject matter.
The characters make sense. I was sucked into the story even though I hated it. It didn't like I didn't get like pulled out of it by like any cinematography fuck ups or any
Bad performances.
and there was no bad performances. All the actors were good at what they were doing, even though I hated what they were doing.
Yep.
There was like even some of the cheesy spots were like when he's like, whose marijuana cigarette is this?
Oh yeah.
She's like, it must have been one of the boys. Were they wearing lipstick? You're smoking marijuana cigarettes. And
Yeah.
like all I could think of was Sublime. Where there's that one song where he's
Reefers.
like, they're smoking marijuana cigarettes. Reefers.
Yeah, and it kind of plays into that like easy small southern town. Like,
Oh, that
it
was
just
another
all
thing
kind of
that-
fits together. Like
This
the
is
sheriff knew him growing up, and they're
this is a bad example of country boys.
sure.
As a bunch of people from a small town. Like this is just like this is why nobody wants to go out to the country.
This is yeah.
You got this and fucking Deliverance.
Oh,
Hills Have Eyes.
Ooh yeah.
wrong turn.
Wrong turn. And whatever that one was you guys were talking about earlier in Australia.
Oh, Wolf Creek.
Wolf Creek.
Yeah,
Which, by the way, that's based on a true story, but that's
Oof.
that is.
so
People are fucked up.
I liked the
Oh, yeah.
way that she got her revenge, even though like she was very creative, she was very patient, she was very deliberate in what she was doing. I like that she was able to catch 2 of them at once.
Yeah,
So she was strong. She was determined. I don't
she
know if I said
certainly
that.
didn't hesitate.
Nope, she
You know.
didn't hesitate.
It was.
I was so uneasy when she cut off that guy's dick and put it in his mouth.
Yeah.
I was so
the
uncomfortable.
kills were creative. We could talk about each kill.
Yeah, yeah. Started with who's first?
Who is first? Is it the camera guy?
The first thing she does is capture Matthew and
she
chokes him out.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
you think
yeah.
he's dead.
Yep. So then
That
she
was a
kind of-
nice like
think
I wasn't sure how it was gonna go because he definitely does seem remorseful.
Yeah,
You know what
he's
I mean?
Definitely having a hard time afterwards,
Like he did
which
not
makes
like
you wonder.
he
Like,
didn't like being there. He didn't like doing it. He didn't like what happened afterwards. He definitely was like glad she was alive.
let's
And
bring
he
it back
wanted
to that question.
forgiveness.
Do you punish him the same as everybody
That's
else?
just it's not for me to decide. I can't even.
You don't
Personally, I
consider
would
that
say
when you're,
yes.
you punish him the same.
Basically,
I would say,
but I'd also
death.
I say no.
I'd say,
He's
like,
the
if
only
we're-
one that shows any sign of like rehabilitation.
I would say
But I mean,
if
the
we're
basic
talking,
punishment should be the same, but also tie on clinical help.
I
But
would.
I can't see any type of favoritism towards
Yeah.
anybody.
So
You know what I mean? Law has to be law.
so this brings up an interesting
Hey.
topic. So if somebody fucks up, they're done. You say
Okay.
that's done.
I'm saying, if we're in a place where there's like a death penalty, right? I'd say he doesn't get death, maybe life in prison.
Okay.
I'd be inclined to agree with that.
You know what I mean?
It was lesser, and I think like I said earlier, in terms of like her dealing out punishment, he still got off easier than the others. So I mean, in retrospect,
That's
you know,
true.
kind
It's-
of somewhat fair.
Yeah.
But also trauma for her, he was the first one.
Oh yeah,
So there's no way she can look at him and not like I don't know how she would be able
Yeah.
to forgive him.
Yeah. I'm not going to
yeah.
speak.
She
for that.
And
she
he was-
probably would not be in that
And he
frame
was
of mind to
physically
be like,
choking
you know
her.
what, we'll let you off easy because, like, hey, you were a part of this.
All right.
It would also
So-
be hard for like a jury to prove whether or not there was intent with him unless they all like agreed, like as a group, like all the people that were like, let's say they all went to trial, right?
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Like maybe she went to the cops, turned it in, they all get arrested, they're in trial, right? They would all have to agree that he was less culpable. But like for a jury to prove it in front of a jury that he was, because like obviously like he would have his DNA. They all have their DNA in the act,
Right.
right? Yeah, I don't know. It's fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know. So she catches Matthew, stashes him away, and then she catches the two dudes at that house, at the abandoned house that she kind of ran into on a run
Which
before this all happened.
This
So,
is surprising to me
know.
that they didn't check there.
yeah,
That's a good point.
to be fair, yeah.
You would
No.
think if you know the area, you'd be like, there's an abandoned house over there.
That's
Be
true,
worth
but
looking
I don't
into.
know if she's dead. You'd think she would be way down river and then probably get out. I don't know. I wouldn't think that she would get out and stick around.
See, I wondered if, like, because I was like trying to think of the logistics of how she escaped without them noticing. And so I was thinking, like, goes in the water, dives down. Fastest route out is go to with the current, right?
Yeah.
But if
Mhm.
you try to swim against the current and you get on the other side of that bridge or like right up against it or like along a pillar or something and you like sneak up to be able to get breath, like that's the shit that I was like, that stopped my brain. And that's what I was thinking about
Yeah.
while they were trying to find her. Like, because I knew this time around that she gets away. But like I was trying to think of the logistics of how she got away because they never do explain it. Like they never
No.
show her like crawling up a, riverbank or
No, they don't spend a lot of time. That is one thing they could explore a little bit, is like the time between the revenge and getting out. And like, what does she, show her crying and going through emotions and, weird stuff. I don't know. But explore that of like, her.
Because this movie
setting
was
this
still
stuff
2
up.
hours long.
Yeah. Yeah. But you really get satisfying kills because she catches the two dudes. One, she hooks his eyelids
Well,
open.
first she catches him with a bear trap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then bunks the other guy over the head with a
Baseball bat.
baseball bat. Incidentally, he just got wandered out.
Why did
so
you
she
say
was-
bonk?
Well, she conked him on the noodle.
She gave him a little fucking canoodle doodle.
Yep. And he took a little nap, a little involuntary nap. And he woke up and she smeared fish guts all over the camera guy. And
Well, she holds his eyes open first.
yep, with the fish
Yeah.
hooks. And you
And
Well,
watch.
she fed him a rat.
Oh yeah, shoved a dead rat in
Yeah.
his mouth. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
that's the only instance that you get of her time in between is when she says you have to eat
Mhm.
some weird shit or whatever to survive.
Oh, there you go.
And
Yeah.
then she pulls the rat out and shoves it in his mouth and then he pukes.
Yeah.
hmm
And
Yeah.
he's got-
And she goes into the guy with the water in the bathtub.
yeah.
Which that was a clever situation.
That
Yeah.
would
Oh, yeah.
suck.
He's like pinned
He was
around his
strapped.
waist, kind of.
Yeah, there was like a board around his waist, like at a waist part, and then one about chest.
A little less than chest
Yeah,
because it put enough stress on him that he couldn't keep himself up.
yeah.
Yeah. And then the bath is filled with,
Water for
Just
now.
water at first.
yeah. And she kind of
Shitty water, but
Drowns
still
him.
water.
a little
Yeah.
bit plays with him.
Before she goes out and does the fish guts in his eyes, because while he's sitting there, over the bathtub, she comes back out to him.
Yeah, because she keeps going back and forth.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
he said that he can't take the eye thing anymore, and she's like, "Oh, here, this will make it better." And that she takes the fish guts and rubs it in there. That should be better. And then goes in and then proceeds to screw
When
with the
did
other
you-
guy for a bit and dumps Lie in there
When did you watch this movie?
tonight.
Okay.
I like to watch them about an hour before, like, finish it about an hour before we start.
Oh, so it's fresh
Fresh
in your.
my head.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just thought of that now. I was like, wait, Dave didn't even watch this yesterday.
I
Yeah.
had to kind of build up to it.
Yeah.
This
I
is
wanted to
rough
get it over with as soon as I
Our next
a
one's going to
chance.
be fun, though. So
yeah. Okay, so keep going with explaining that because
she
Well,
adds
after the lie,
which, by the way, is that how that works? The
I don't
only
know.
time
I'm
I've
not
ever
curious.
heard of lie is like when you're burying a body. I thought it preserved it or something, or
eats it.
It,
or did something with the decomp. I thought it like I don't know. I didn't know what the fuck it did.
Yeah, the
I
whole
was
point of-
making assumptions because I'm too dumb for science.
Yeah, why they put lye on a body is it with moisture and with water like that it'll eat through everything.
All right, I just never knew.
Even
I don't
faces.
know why. I've never really looked into
Here's
it.
the question: why do you know that, and how many people have you buried?
It's a common thing in
I'm trying to
any
make
type
you
of like
I'm-
those horror
At
movies.
least Donnie
and-
laughed.
Dave watched a lot of Supernatural and immediately started wearing
You-
like
you-
leather
they only
jackets. And
dumps-
when I lived there, I'd be like, "Dave, where are you going? It's 3 a.m." And he'd be like, "I gotta go do the family business."
and I started calling him Sammy.
Sam.
They use salt. Thank you very much, and burn the bodies.
Yeah, whatever. He had bodies to bury too.
Yep.
Just enjoy the joke. Don't read into the details. Move on.
Correct. What are we talking about? We were talking
So
about
we got those two are dead.
yeah. Eventually the dude she pulls the chest board and he falls in because he can't you can only hold your abs as many crunches as that guy could have done. You can only hold yourself up above that.
Yeah, you're gonna only
Acid
plank
for
him
some-
so long.
At first, I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh man, he's weak as shit" because he went down pretty quick. But I was like, also, I don't want this to be drawn out. So
It
I'm
seems
glad.
brutal too because it's not only is it acid, but he's drowning in the acid. you know, it's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
I don't think it's technically acid. I think it's an extreme base.
oh
if I
whatever it
remember
is,
right.
it melts your face.
But it's the
off.
same
Well,
concept.
it melted his tongue first because he like his
Hey,
face looked fine, and he was just like, you know that mince meat you get at the supermarket.
Oh God, don't
pink
do that.
slime.
That's what it fucking looked like, just spilling out of his mouth.
Ugh.
Oh geez.
Which, by the way, I love that meat, and so now I'm gonna have to be. It's gonna be a while till I eat that. I think I have some in the fridge right now.
Put some spam in a blender.
So after she smokes those two foos, she moves on to our good friend, this creepy guy, Jeff Branson.
The sheriff?
No, Johnny.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Big
Johnny.
Dick Johnny.
Yeah, we gotta.
Hmm.
And she pulls all of his teeth.
Oh, by the way,
What?
I wanted to throw this out there. Not only did he have a horse thing, so did the sheriff.
Oh, really?
Because the sheriff was like, Winnie. He's like,
Oh,
"Get on your
yeah.
knees and Winnie. And I was like, oh, Jesus, fuck. What's with the horse shit?
They had a lot of like
Humanizing? Like,
dehumanizing stuff.
yeah.
In this one, instead of the rape, it was dehumanizing stuff, and then they kind of
Mhm.
led. It
Well, I
was
know a lot
less-
of people do that kind of shit to
Yeah.
not see
know
them
it's
as
a
human
whole-
because it makes it easier for them to do what
And it's a
they're
whole
gonna do.
power fucking bullshit thing, too.
Gross.
creepy.
Fucking hate it.
Yep. So she ties that guy up. Our main.
How'd she
creep.
get him?
How did she get him
She was doing
She
the
was-
thing with the
She
birds.
was throwing birds at the.
at the window?
Yeah, and then he came out and he was like, "Arr."
I
"Oh
missed,
no,
I
that
missed
was way
the part
before."
where she actually got him.
Yeah, I can't.
Hang on, I know that because that whole bird thing was before. Because then a guy showed up and he was like, "The tape's gone, the tape's gone,"
Yeah, and
and
then
then he was like, "Oh, it must have been Matthew because he's been throwing shit."
Oh yeah,
And
that's right.
Oh, yeah.
The birds left then the last one was the sandal, and
Yep.
then there was rubber bands sitting out there.
Yeah, so she led it to believe that it was.
Hmm.
But how the fuck did she snatch him up?
I think she probably led him to Matthew, and I don't bonked him on the head.
Wait,
Conked him
the
on
sheriff?
noodle?
Nope, the guy
She-
before that.
Yeah, we're still
Oh,
on. We're
yeah.
still
Oh
I
yeah.
can't
So
remember
the
how
guy,
she
the,
got
the one
him.
guy went ahead into the building,
the circumcision.
and
that
when
went
the
way
other
wrong.
friend, him, she went to the pumps, and
Oh,
when he
that's
went out
right,
thinking it was
that's
just a
right.
random girl he was going to flirt with her, she turned around and like hosed him down with gasoline. I'm pretty sure.
Nope, she hit
just
him-
hit him with a
she
fucking
hit him with a
crowbar.
tire
or-
Oh,
or
yeah,
tire
yeah.
iron, yeah.
Okay, my
I
bad.
remember now. Yeah, she had a super short skirt and was pumping gas, and then
Yeah.
turned around and whap.
Yeah,
Hit him
she
with
was
the-
good at bonking people at this point.
Yeah, she's got her bonking skills.
She's
are-
got practice.
yeah. Yeah. So she ties him up, puts him in a bathtub, all tied
and
up.
puts a bit in his mouth.
Yeah,
A horse bit.
a horse bit, which he's deserving of all these things. But
Oh yeah.
after she pulls on that shit, which would hurt, she pulls all his teeth out, chops his dick off, sticks it in his mouth,
And lets him bleed out.
and lets him bleed out.
Hmm.
And that's how he passes. And that's each one of these is so brutal.
He did piss himself too, and she's like, "Wow, even your boys didn't piss themselves."
Oh, that's right.
Just to like further humiliate him a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he was like trying to talk shit the entire time.
Yeah,
Like,
he got
bro,
a little-
you just got your dick cut off. Like, stop.
Well, he was talking. He was talking shit before that,
Yeah, he was
and then
talking.
she said that you know what they do to basically a stallion that don't
Mhm.
Yeah.
that you can't break them. They make them a gelding. Snip.
Yikes.
Ugh.
Chop
It's
that off.
brutal. These are
And then
so
she
brutal.
goes and gets the fucking sheriff. Well, she goes to his house and talks to his family.
Yeah.
Pretending
Yep, she
to be the
pretends
teacher.
to be her teacher.
And then somehow, I didn't really understand this, takes the kid to the park because
Yep.
the mom's like, oh, sure, you're the teacher. Take my child. Sure.
I don't know if you're in a
Yeah,
small
this is
town,
also
you know.
14 years ago.
I
I was
but
I
don't
was
know.
still a
That's-
fucking idiot at, I don't
When we were really young, like me and Mike, we used to walk all the way from my house
we
to
used
the
to walk to
store, and
school.
that's
I guess
a good
man,
8
but,
miles or so.
It was the
I was
wrong
15
decision
years
'cause she
old
was
riding
not
my-
the teacher.
ride my
Yeah.
bike 5 miles around the lake to go to work.
Yeah, but she sent her kid with a stranger. Anyway, so the sheriff is like really clued in because what I think she
Gives him the name because the
Yeah,
little
she's
girl's like, here,
Mm.
talk. This is my dad. Meet my new teacher. And that's
right.
when she says the.
Jennifer
Her name.
Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, fuck. He slams on the brakes.
turns around,
See you soon,
yeah,
sheriff.
chases him to the park, goes to the park. And then this is one where it's like she's got Jason Voorhees powers.
This is the one I missed. 'Cause
So
my
this
phone
is
went off in the middle of
this is like he
her
goes
catching.
he goes to the park, he gets out of the car and he's screaming for his daughter, and then he's like, fuck, and he goes back to the car, and as soon as he gets in the driver's seat, she's in the back seat and she
Oh, okay,
bonks
that's
him.
the
she
part
gives
that
him
I
a
missed.
bonk.
Yeah,
Conking him on the noodle.
her final form bonk.
Yep.
Yeah, so
And then he wakes up with a shotgun up his butthole.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that one.
And he also is a little cocky, even though he's got a shotgun in his ass. He's still
yeah.
still a little snarky, so she's got to work that thing,
Oh, that
you know,
Yeah.
brutal.
to shut him up. But
Yeah, she aggressively rams it further, and
While yelling deeper.
I was worried that he was going to start moaning.
oh,
I thought he was going to enjoy it. And I was like, no.
and then
I
you
don't
just,
know how
you just
anyone
pull that
could
trigger
enjoy-
the second he starts doing that. He just
a piece of
Okay.
iron. Up.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't understand a lot about what happens in the world.
yeah, those are technical
Mhm.
things. I don't ask those questions.
Well, there are people that enjoy that wonderful sounding.
I didn't want to say it. I was like,
I knew
don't
you
say
were
it.
going.
Don't talk about it. Don't
I
talk
knew
about
you
it.
were
Don't
going
talk
there,
about it.
so I had to say it. That shit I don't get.
Yeah.
But
no,
to each
it's-
his own.
oh
Did you just
God!
say it's
So,
fun?
I said it's
so
fucked.
he's begging and pleading,
Hey,
and he does
Donnie.
say,
hold on 1 second so I can clarify. I said with a KD, not FUN, FUCKED. Not my style of Kool-Aid.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. So, she's got the string tied to the trigger, tied to Matthew's wrist, who was right in front of the homie and
Sheriff Billy Bob Dickmouth.
yeah, Sheriff Billy
Mhm.
Bob. So eventually Matthew wakes up. Actually, Jennifer walks outside and just goes to chill. She just sits there and
just
waits.
waiting for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
She'll know it when she
She knows what's gonna happen.
she'll know when she when she hears it.
She tied it to his rubber band wrist, which I thought was what was gonna happen, but that's not how it played out.
Also, is that like a suppressor for a shotgun?
A human body?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's
That'll
not
do
gonna
the trick.
bang. It's gonna be
Yeah.
like
"Try banning that, government."
Yeah.
Somehow I think it might be a little illegal.
yeah.
Maybe just a touch.
Yeah. So Matthew eventually wakes up and is like, oh, squirmy, and
He's like,
the shit-
Matthew, don't fucking move.
Yeah. What?
No, he didn't say it. He goes, Matthew, don't. And he's like, Sheriff.
Yeah.
And then he goes to get up.
Right? 'Cause
Yeah.
what do you tell him? Like, stay perfectly still. Don't. It's Matthew. He's not gonna fucking sit still.
And he's not gonna understand. It's gonna take him a minute,
Yeah, you're toast, homie. You're dead. And that's what happens. He gets
Do you think it was planned that it would kill Matthew at the same time? Or do you think
That's why
maybe
he was in front of him. I
or
think.
maybe do you think that she was like, just in case I'm gonna be out here with a fucking bonk tool?
for the
Depends
fun
on
of
what was
the-
loaded in that shotgun.
I'll
I
bet
guess.
you.
Yeah.
I'll bet you she planned for both.
Yeah.
It's like,
Maybe she hoped for both and
she might have went
Got
back
lucky?
in to bunk if somebody had.
yeah, we don't know
survived.
because it kind of just ended there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was my next question. Was they don't really follow up? They're not like she's on a book tour now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how, she has to live the rest of her life after this. And also,
Yeah.
I was like, crime wise, how she's probably gonna be implicated.
I was just gonna say she's technically
Yeah.
just as
'Cause
guilty as far as the
everybody
letter of the
knows.
law. Yeah,
That she was there.
Yeah. I think she probably goes to prison for this.
actually, the only person that knew was her friend.
And her family.
I don't know if her family actually knew. I think it was just
I don't
a
think anybody.
friend.
Yeah.
Just the one friend knew that whatever her name was.
Well, maybe she's gonna have to
I-
tie up some loose ends.
Well, she's got her bonk skills going.
break out the fancy whiskey. Gotta
Yeah.
tie up some loose ends.
I mean, I would imagine her like family and friend are gonna like if she's like, yeah, I was there and this is what they did to me. They're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna keep this under wraps. But hey, the sheriff's wife and daughter now know her actual name, so and they could identify her. So I mean, that's not good for her.
That was a good question too. Is what do you do with that tape? Do you show the wife and the daughter?
Well, the tape is technically gone. She mailed it to the sheriff.
Yeah, but you don't think that there's a copy or it was a fake tape? Like, I would not have sent
don't
them
know.
the real tape. I would have just sent them the tape with a fucking label
don't
on
think
it
she
that said
really cared.
Spencer's cut or whatever it
I
said.
don't think she really cared. I think it was more just because she was doing revenge.
Yeah.
So it
Oh,
very
wait,
well could have been the actual tape.
With how she planned out the revenge, though, I would imagine she would have made a copy or like kept the original safe. I can't see
Yeah.
her like slipping that part of this master plan up.
Right. Because if you fail, then you are fucked. You got
Yeah,
Yeah.
and at least have it like mailed to another precinct or something, you know? Like,
And as
mail
well-
it and then do your plan.
as well planned.
But
and
that
as
would have been bad for
flawlessly-
her too, though.
She doesn't give a fuck. It like she
You know
got-
what I mean? Like if they did get a hold of that tape, that 100% implicates her.
That's
in
fine. I'm sure
murder.
she's okay with going to prison for this
I don't know.
because they got theirs.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like,
And they can't do it to anybody else.
because I mean, the only people they might know her, but nobody knows what happened to her.
Once again, you're judge and jury. Do you
We also don't know if she.
convict her?
Finished
do you,
herself.
Do you punish her?
Yeah, she still
Alan.
murdered people.
Okay, Dave.
The law's the law.
You convict her, Donnie. What do you think? You convict her? Or what do you
I
punish
wouldn't
her?
For her?
want to, but
Again, I don't
Um,
know if I would give her a death penalty.
no.
I don't see. I'm not like an eye for an eye kind of guy. I mean, God, that's a question. I think she would have to face some form of punishment.
There would also
But I
have
mean,
to be.
all things considered, it would have to be pretty goddamn light.
Well, honestly, just like we were joking about with the justice system, it would work in her favor as well. They would probably
Mhm.
See, because there's like there'll be a
give
mental
her 20 years.
a mental evaluation, and then there's also one of the problems is they're gonna say like, was there premeditation? Yes, there was. So that's
Yep.
not good, but
That's worse. Because if she was just fighting him off during the act and managed to kill them, overpower them,
yeah,
that would be in self-defense.
Yeah.
But because of the premeditation, that's damning.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that like she'd probably have to do some prison time. However, I'm pretty sure that she'll be respected.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
around
mean?
prison.
Yeah.
She'll be like, bitches, I will boil you.
Well, it's not
face
that,
off."
not to deal with the, not to deal with that, but like, like to be like, you're like, I don't know how to explain that. Like,
Almost like street cred kind of a
well,
system.
not necessarily street cred, because that's more along the line because of what she went through. I'm pretty sure people aren't gonna like fuck with her because she didn't deserve what happened to her,
Yeah.
and then she also was able to take care of it herself. You know what
I
I
don't want her
mean?
putting lye in my ramen, in my toilet ramen.
In my toilet.
I don't think that she would be a vengeful person as far as like.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't. She.
I mean, like,
if we're.
I
if we're-
personally, I think she
I
might be
feel like
mentally
people just
broken.
aren't gonna fuck with her out of respect for her and the bullshit
Yes.
that she went through.
No, that-
not
yeah.
because they're afraid of her, although there probably would be that.
She
too.
had her mission and she did it.
I bet there'd be an outlier. There'd be a crazy bitch in prison who'd be like, I'm gonna fuck with this bitch.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe.
And there's
Or maybe
Ryan
she'd
the
have, like-
Ryan in the ramen.
Better privileges and not have to be in Gen Pop or something.
Gen Pop.
Yeah.
Sounds like a musical group.
Yeah.
Gen Pop. So I don't know. Should we do some ratings?
Yeah.
Let's start with you, Al, because this is your.
I'm going with a 3 because I hate the fucking movie. I wish it didn't exist. I wish the circumstances didn't exist. But I mean, it was shot well. The acting was good for what it was. I don't ever want to watch it again.
I'm grateful they substituted some of the graphic actual sexual violence to I can't say that fucking word. Dehumanization.
There you go.
Because as horrible, and it's almost as fucking bad.
Yeah, but you're saying
but
that with the
it's-
knowledge of seeing the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen the other one.
I don't need to see the other one.
Yeah, I don't need to either. So I'm going to give it a 3 because I want it to be fucking low on the totem pole.
Okay.
But I do give it credit for what it is. And that's a movie that has a beginning and an end. And the acting was good. I want to give the people that worked on the movie the credit they deserve. So I'm not going to give it a 0. I'm not going to go negative. I'll go 3, but I don't want to see this movie ever again.
What about you, Donnie?
Well, I mean, like you said, I mean, the acting was solid for what it's worth. It's missing a montage of her practicing her bonking skills.
You need a fucking montage.
We're just standing there
Yeah,
in the room.
the montage.
She knocks all the branches off a tree and makes like one of those wacko men things that they always have in like all the
Yeah,
audio
yeah.
movies, and she's
Yeah,
like,
just saying, it's an important plot device here.
Well, yeah, it would be
there's-
nice to see her regain her strength, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much of this though that is so difficult to watch. So I don't know. On a scale of 1 to 10 bonks, I'm gonna give it 2.5 bonks.
Nice.
2.5 bonks.
I don't think the acting and some of the like poetry involved, I just don't think it's enough to justify like seeing this shit.
Yeah. I think you got to be a certain type of weirdo to want to watch this shit.
Yeah, and I don't get me wrong, I like fucked up movies. This is just ugh,
Yeah.
gross.
You need to take a shower after you watch this one.
Yeah.
Does Dave have a score?
yes. It would have been exceptionally low because of the movie itself, but I did enjoy the fact that the revenge shit, like, they really had that coming.
Yeah.
That kind of felt good. Them, her being able to actually do that.
She does tease him a little bit too, which adds to the
Yep.
revenge.
Eh.
It's not like just gory violence. It's a little bit of teasing. It's
There was
the
Well, I
rubber
gotta
bands
go-
and the slipper or whatever.
I gotta go
The
with a
flip-flop.
4.
Yeah, a 4.
Yeah, little higher, but yet still absolutely don't recommend this movie.
I agree
But-
with Dave. I don't think that I'm gonna say right now, don't watch this fucking movie. Also, that's the first time I've said that.
I know it, and I remember we've got it on record. You guys stated that shit, that every movie was worth watching, and I firmly said, hell no. And I said, in the future, we will watch a movie where you will disagree. And you were like, no, that will never happen.
Yeah, and the problem is I've seen this movie fucking twice.
That was like
Yeah.
5 movies ago.
I do also want to state the fact that, like what Dave was saying, was that like, oh, it was good to that, the revenge part. But also, I don't think I wish that they would have not died. I think death was too good for these motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, they should have been.
Good point.
They should have been hanging.
They should be in a prison cell with
Nope.
Bubba.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
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 As far as the world's concerned, they disappeared.
Yep. Half filleted, kept alive.
Yikes.
Let's get that Terrifier clown in on this.
Death is way too good for them.
There you go. He'd come up with something weird to fucking do to him. Split him up the middle or whatever.
What is that clown's name?
Art.
Art the clown. All right, cool.
Ugh.
Okay,
So
your turn.
I give it a 4.
Oof.
I almost wanted to give it a 5 because I was like, this is a perfectly good movie for what it is.
Yep.
And-
That's where I was at too.
It's like this genre is kind of gonna happen. People make movies. They make movies about everything. This is definitely one that people are gonna do it. It's low bar, it's exploitative or whatever, but it's gonna happen. And this is a good version of that. So I don't want to give it a 5 because that just seems too high. So I also wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. On that note, like you wouldn't recommend it to anybody. That's kind of where I'm going. I still think that every movie should be watched, but I think that listening to this podcast is enough.
Mm-hmm.
It
That's
explained plenty of it
You
without
can-
having to get the visual.
You can determine whether you want to watch it if you're into gory stuff or if you can handle this. If you're into revenge plots, this is the ultimate
I
revenge
mean, it could be
plot.
cathartic
Yeah.
for some, although it could be traumatizing for others.
True. This could be very triggering and very traumatic. Absolutely. Because it's dark content.
Yeah.
We always cover dark content on this.
So we got a 3, a 2.5, a 4, and a 4.
Yep.
Correct.
Are you marking these down?
Yes,
Okay.
Yep.
Sweet.
I'm on it.
Next week we get to do Evil Dead. Is that the
Yep.
That's the plan.
Original.
Evil Dead, the original.
Oh.
1981.
original Evil Dead?
That's my
You
favorite.
excited for
It's-
that one, Donnie?
Oh, that's good. I haven't heard since when you were thinking of doing Trick or Treat. So this is a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Yep, he decided to change on that one.
Yeah, I did change my mind on it, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is going to be the one. I'm going to have a lot to say, and I'm going to have to try to rein myself in. I'm trying to not talk so much.
Right?
Yeah.
This
I
is a
feel like
podcast.
I feel like I do a lot of the talking.
I feel like that sometimes too. I want to be kind and let people talk.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt them.
That's usually where I'm at. I'm like, I'll let you guys get your piece in there, but
I have
I
noticed,
could probably throw out a little
I
more.
talk when I need to talk.
I have noticed that sometimes we talk over ourselves. Like earlier, Dave and Donnie were doing it. I think in the last podcast, me and Donnie were doing it.
It don't matter. It's a conversation. It happens.
We do well enough at catching ourselves during
Yeah.
it, though.
Yeah. So, fun fact about Evil Dead is when I first thought of this podcast, I talked to Al about it and I was like, would you do this podcast, you and Dave? And Evil Dead was the one that I wanted us to do. And I conceptualized our podcast a little different,
Yeah.
but I took a bunch of notes on Evil Dead because that's the first. We never did it.
No, we didn't. I was just
But-
going to
We
say
never did it?
No,
I took-
We
never
did
bunch
the
of
remake.
notes. And I prepped kind of a podcast for that because that was the first one we were going to do.
We never did the first
Nope,
original.
not the original. We did remake, Rise. We've done
Yeah,
a
there
bunch
was
of
a-
the Evil Dead ones. Yep,
a
but we
new
never
one, a
did
recent one that
the
we just did.
original 1981.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
so if this is going to be a little bit more special, I'll get out of work earlier that day and try to hop in early if I can. Should we do some preemptive planning on that one? Make it a good one.
Yeah,
We certainly
yeah, we
could.
can actually do that, and then when Opie gets here, we'll fill him in and
Hell yeah.
we'll see what we can do.
You read that book, right?
I like it. The Bruce Campbell one?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
See,
Hell yeah.
what made me think of it was Joe.
Because
Joe had messaged me and had looked through our episodes list
Yeah.
and was like, how come you haven't done Evil Dead? And I was like, that's a good goddamn point.
We'll have to do some prep,
Oh.
I think, for that one because there's so much.
That
to
one's
say.
special.
Yeah.
That's a great like top movie pick because I'm struggling with mine. I've been looking. I'm teeter tottering so much.
That's
I'm
fair.
excited for Donnie's.
You don't
most
have to
hated.
say it right now, but
Nope.
did you pick your most hated?
He'll fill it in on the sheet.
I
Two.
understand
I
that,
know.
but I'm like have you decided in your brain? Like, you don't have to say what it is
I
right
have
now.
kind of a placeholder pick because I posted a meme about it in our Discord and then I watched it and I was like, wow, this is a really bad movie of the Bye Bye Man.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
I think I can do worse.
All right.
That's wow. I like that pick. I never watched that one, but it's legendarily like fucking terrible.
Yeah, but that's like saying,
I-
Troll 2 is my most hate. Like, it's a movie that, like, personally you hate.
I love that movie.
Like, Dave hated Sharknado because he could not fucking watch
It
it.
was just boring.
And I watched Opie spaz out on Howling 2.
Yeah.
Oh, that was that made that movie so
Yeah.
much better the first time we watched it.
It's fun with people.
I think what brought it even more into a level of comedy for like me to watch you freak out was the fact we were watching it on a VCR on a old CRT TV that like
13-inch, 14-inch TV.
yeah, that just would turn green randomly.
I thought that was really special because I thought that would add to the vibes, but it didn't.
It did.
Yeah.
Watch you bang your head against the table like, oh my God, I hate this so much.
Yeah. So next week is Evil Dead.
Original 1981.
Yeah. We'll have a
Sam
really good
Hell
Raimi's
yeah.
like
episode.
debut fucking filmmaking.
He's big time now. He's Mr. Big.
I don't even know what he's done lately. I know he did Spider-Man.
Yeah,
He
he
did the
does Marvel and
Spider-Mans.
shit. I think he does all the biggest movies in the world now.
He's done a lot of movies I
And
like.
Bruce Campbell is the B movie fucking legend.
We'll probably cover a few of his movies. Maniac Cop.
That was one that we were gonna do when you were gone. I think
Yeah, that
I
was
would've
one
missed
of the
that
picks.
discussion. I love that movie.
I was looking for Maniac Cop in your bookshelf,
Yeah, I don't have it.
and
It's on Shutter though.
that's when I realized how bad your fucking organization was.
Oh yeah, he
brought
was
that up.
ranting.
It's hard when you have that many fucking movies.
You can still
To
put them in
organize
alphabetical order.
Oh, son of a bitch! It's so
Like you did
much work.
you did half the job. You
It's
like
so
put the
much work.
M's with the M's, but then all the M's are mixed up.
Oh, that's so much work, bro. That's so much work. If I'm like super bored and have a week off, I might do that. But god damn, that's a lot of work.
Oh, I know. I've done it. Look over there.
Yeah, yeah. I need a nice big shelf like you have. I just, I don't have like a shelf that will house all my movies.
Yeah.
So
Build one.
yeah, I do got to do that. I've talked about it. I'd have it all cool. It would be black with spider webs and fucking black lighting behind it, so it would light up my horror films.
So I can already tell
And it
you,
would squirt blood.
I'm gonna have a hard time reining myself in on Evil Dead because like I know too much of the making of it.
That's fair, and I'd say just go for it, man. We're not going to be pissed off if you talk a lot. If you
Yeah,
talk a lot-
I'm gonna plan for. Are we planning for a long podcast next
I
week?
don't know. Well, I
We're
try
gonna see
not
where
to
it
go.
goes.
I try not to go over like an hour and a half. Right now we're at about 113.
We could do a 2 hour. I don't know if you guys are down for that, but
Yeah,
It's a special one. I think
We
we're
just
all in
gotta-
agreement that
we just got to
already that it's just a great fucking movie.
yeah.
Yep.
So, all right, next week.
Yeah. All right. Now sign us out.
Until next week, Evil Dead. Watch it and join us next week. Join us on the
Vengeance Pro
socials.
Pepper Spray.
Really?
For when self-defense needs to go one step further. With military-grade strength, it delivers an instant, blinding impact to stop any threat in its tracks. Specially formulated to cling to attackers, giving you the time you need to make your escape, or make them regret their choices. Take your safety into your own hands with Vengeance Pro Pepper Spray. When survival isn't a question, it's a promise.
I mean,
Nice.
yeah, we can have an ad in there too at the very end. That's fun. And then
A fake one. A
I heard
fake one.
Hal away from the
That
microphone
is
go,
a fake
really?
ad.
I turned around to like wake up my computer and I hit the spacebar button, but we're still recording right now, just so you know.
That's
Oh,
good
that's
because
epic.
that's a fake ad. My only issue is it sounds a little too real.
It sounded too real.
I think it sounds a little too real.
Dave made that.
I know it's really good. It sounds a little too real though. That's my only.
All right.
We wanted it to be kind of real, but yet with a fake product, so it's actually you don't know.
I love it though. I do love it. It's
We
fun.
might have to bust some more of those out.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna
we
have to
got
play
we got
around.
another one for this movie too. Was the other one?
All right, let's play that one.
Really?
Light isn't just about seeing, it's about control. More than just a beam of light, this tactical tool is engineered for self-defense. With a blinding strobe mode and reinforced, shock-resistant casing, it's perfect for disorienting attackers and buying you crucial time to escape. Stay in control with Retribution Tactical Flashlight, because sometimes all it takes is a little light to change the outcome.
Can you make an ad for like that chainsaw boomstick thing he had?
Yeah.
That light one, I
That would
actually
be-
just watched a movie that would fit that one fucking perfectly. It's called Hush.
Wait, that sounds familiar.
Oh, we definitely watched. No, we didn't. I watched it. It's a home invasion film with a deaf lady.
Super good.
Super
Interesting.
good. You're right. Super good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones I was almost gonna do for my my good pick.
Mm.
Like
Man,
it a
that
lot,
is a
but
good
I so far the placeholder is still Slither.
Slither. All right.
Yeah, dude.
But all right, I guess we're gonna say goodbye, and then I'm gonna play some music, and then we'll fade out of this.
Can you make it non copyrightable?
I can only do what Dave set me up with,
Okay.
so it is what it is.
All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Bye.
Toodles.